Good morning and Jai Hind dear students. As you all know that we have already started chapter 1 place value, and I gave you the homework from exercise 1D, and I hope you all have done question number 1, 2, 3 and 4. I left one question, that is question number 5. Why I left it? Because it is the story sum. That means we are going to talk about the rounding numbers, that how are we using rounding numbers or estimating the numbers in our daily life. Story sums is basically the questions or the stories based on our daily life. So it is very important to understand it and to analyze it and to think about it. So here we are going to solve question number 5, application in real life, and I have written question number 5a on the board. If it is not clear, then I will read the question for you people. Question says that 87 students of a craft class are to be given one diya each to paint. How many diyas should the craft teacher order to the nearest 10? Now think about it, that the teacher has to round the figure to the nearest 10. And what is the total number of students in the class? That is 87. Now think about it, that if each child will get one diya, so there are 87 students and 87 will fall between 80 and 90 because we have to round the figure to the nearest 10. So we'll take the margins tens only, that is 80 and 90. 87, 80 and 90, what is the halfway of 80 and 90? Yes, you are correct, it is 85. You can see I have written here. So the halfway is 85 and 87 is greater than 85. That means 87 is closest or nearest to 90. It's very simple. So first you are going to think about it. First you are going to analyze the question mentally. After that you will solve it on your paper. So we have read the question. It is very important to understand that how are we going to solve the story sums. So the first step, read the questions twice, thrice, until and unless you are not going to understand the question, because understanding the question is very important. So first thing, you have to read the question. Second thing, you will analyze it, you will solve it mentally, and the third thing, you will decide that what are the important things or what are the important the contents or the materials are given in the question that can be used for solution. So you can see I have written here that number of students is equal to 87. That means it is very important that how many students were there in the class. If we are not going to think about it, we won't be able to round the figure because we don't have figure. So I have written number of students 87, and then 87 is to be rounded to the nearest 10. It is also very important that you should know that the number should be rounded to the nearest 10 or 100. This is also very important. And the third very important thing, that we have to think about the two tens between which the given figure or the given number will fall. So that is why I have written made one number line, and margins also I have written, that is 80 and 90, and the halfway is 85. You can see 87 and 85, we are going to compare. 87 is bigger than 85, that is why it will fall, it will come just after 85 but before 90. Now you can see the distance of 87 from 80 and distance of 87 from 90. This one is closest, that means 87 is nearest to 90. So it's very clear that the teacher should round the figure or the teacher should order 90 diyas. I hope it is very clear to you. Now I'm going to talk about question number B. Question number B, I will not solve it on the board, but I will discuss. Question B says that the school cook prepares lunch for 285 children. For how many children should he prepare rounded to the nearest 10? Now look at the figure, look at the number given for the children. There were 285 children, and the cook should prepare for the children to the nearest 10. Now think about it, if the cook is going to prepare food for 280 students only, so what about those 5 children? They won't be able to get the food. So first of all, think that 280 and 290 are the margins for 285. As I told you in my previous video that we are not going to change the hundreds place if we have to round the figure to the nearest 10. So only tens place is going to be changed. So here also 280 and 290. And the halfway of 280 and 290 is 285. And now see, what is the number of children? It is 205. 205 is equal to 205. That is the halfway. And I told you that if you reached at the top of a mountain, you are not going to come down. Obviously, you are full of zeal to get ahead. That means 285 should be rounded to the nearest 10, that is 290. So this is the answer. C is saying that 885 people were expected for the school function, and how many chairs should be arranged rounded to the nearest 100. Now think about it, if there is a function in your school and 885 people are expected to come, always take these story sums as your own. Don't think that it is a problem. Think that it has happened to you or it is about to happen to you. So 885 people were expected for the school function, and we have to round the figure to the nearest 100. That means that your teacher has asked you to arrange the chairs either 800 or 900. So think about it, that 885 people are coming. If you arrange only 800 chairs, so what about those 85 people? They will be standing. Obviously no, it's not good for our school's reputation. So we are going to arrange 900 chairs for the guest. Okay, so you are going to write the statements for B and C, and you will solve and send it on my personal window. D is a little different, because at times it happens that maybe the given figure is nearest to the nearest, or you can see rounded down, but it will be wrong. Look at the question. It says that Amrit was taking sweets for his friends in school. There were 53 children in his class. Sweets are available in packets of 10. That means in each packet, in one packet, there are 10 sweets. And how many children are there? 53 children in the class. If he rounds to nearest 10, will there be enough for everybody? Means the chocolate will be enough for everybody, for 53 students. Think about it. First of all, stop here and think about the figure 53. 53 will fall between 50 and 60. 50 and 60 are the two tens. What is the halfway of 50 and 60? It is 55. Now compare 55 and 53. 53 is less than 55. So obviously it will come before 55. That means between 50 and 55. That means it is closest to 50. Now think about it. If Amrit will purchase or buy 50 chocolates or 50 sweets only, so what about 3 children? Because there are 53 students, 53 children in the class, and Amrit rounded the figure to the nearest 10 as his teacher has told, and it is 50. Now think practically, in your practical life, think about it, that if there are 53 children and you bought only 50 chocolates, so what about those 3 children? Your friends, those 3 friends will be sitting, okay, and maybe they will become sad. So we are not going to round the figure to 50, but here we have to round the figure to 60. Though it is wrong according to the given rule, But still, in our practical life, we have to think that if there are 53 students and we are purchasing only 50 chocolates or sweets, then it is not okay for them. That means we are going to purchase 60 sweets. So first question, that sweets are available in packets of 10. If he rounds to nearest 10, will there be enough for everybody? So obviously no. If he will round the figure to 50 or round the figure to the nearest 10, that is 50, he won't be able to distribute it. So to what figure Amrit should round the figure? Then you are going to write that Amrit should round the figure to the nearest to 60. This will be your correct answer. I hope it is very clear to you all, and I will request you all that question number 5 A, B, C, D should be done in your notebook, in your copy. If you have fair copy, if you have purchased fair copy, do it in that. Otherwise, do it in your rough copy. And also page number 19, exercise 1D, page number 19 challenge should also be done, and this is your book work. Okay. If you have any doubt, please ask the question on my personal window. Till then, take care. Bye bye.